Hello everyone, we're Group 2. In this video, we will talk about vaccines. These are what we're going to cover. Vaccine protects you against infectious diseases. But how is this being possible? We will now look at how vaccines actually work. This is your body. When you get a vaccine, weakened or inactivated, or in other words, fake pathogen, enters the body. Your body will build up immunity and eventually kill this pathogen. After this, the immunity remains in your body for a long time, and when real pathogens like viruses or bacteria enter your body, this immunity will attack those unwanted guests. Your body remains healthy, and this is how vaccines work. Your body's immune response still occurs even though what's inside vaccines are weakened or inactivated pathogens. As a result, after you get a vaccine, you may have symptoms like these. These are called side effects. Side effects are often mild and go away within a few days on their own. Like any other medications, vaccines do have side effects, but vaccines are safe and overwhelm the risk of the side effects. So don't hesitate to get vaccinated when needed. Next, we're going to discuss the purpose of vaccines. Vaccines have two important purposes. The first one is simple. You can prevent certain infectious diseases. The second purpose is gaining herd immunity. A community becomes immune to a disease when a large portion of a population get vaccinated. Herd immunity protects those who are poor in the immune system, like babies and children. We will now be talking about classification of vaccines. You will see three kinds of vaccines: live vaccine, inactivated vaccine, and subunit vaccine. Live vaccines contain pathogens that have lesser toxicity than the original ones. This type of vaccines induces a strong and effective immune response. As a result, often one dose is enough for the full function of the vaccine. Inactivated vaccines contain pathogens that have killed, so this type of vaccines never infects but as a result induces a weaker immune response. So you need to get several vaccinations before your immunity becomes fully ready to work. Subunit vaccines consist of proteins or peptides from the pathogen. In addition to the three classifications, we have to mention mRNA vaccines. Instead of making complicated fake pathogens in vitro, we let our cells make them from the mRNA. As you might already know, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine 2023 was awarded to two scientists who made it possible to make mRNA vaccine against COVID-19. Now let's look at one of the most famous vaccine, smallpox vaccine. We first need to know a little bit about smallpox. Smallpox is caused by smallpox virus, and this had been one of the deadliest diseases in human history, killing hundreds of millions of people. Mortality rate is over 30%. Main symptoms include high fever, vomiting, and fluid-filled blisters. The story begins with a disease called cowpox. Cowpox viruses, which belong to the same genus as smallpox virus, cause infections on udders of cows. When the cow is milked, the virus can go into the human body. Cowpox viruses in the human body can also cause infections, and at that time, it was common among dairy workers. One day, English doctor named Edward Jenner heard one dairy worker saying something like this: "Those who got cowpox don't get smallpox." And Jenner found out something. He realized that people who have been infected with cowpox virus developed resistance to smallpox virus. He took out the liquid in blister from the cowpox victims and injected it into another person. Then he observed that the person did not infect with the smallpox virus when exposed to. And this became the very first vaccine ever made. This led to the creation of the smallpox vaccine, and the number of smallpox cases started to decline. Finally, in 1980, WHO issued a declaration of smallpox eradication. Actually, the word vaccine came from the Latin word vacca, which means female cow. Now that's all for what we're going to discuss. We hope you enjoyed our video and help you learn a little bit about vaccines.